What's up guys? I'm Josh Buck and I want to introduce you to my high life. To introduce myself, I wanted to give you the story of what led to me being here on the big island of Hawaii at the southernmost tip of the US, living completely off grid on my wife's farm sanctuary in a 20-foot container house with a school bus as my office. The story is everything but linear because I never planned on actually being here. It started in about 2014. I was under contract on what I thought was going to be my forever home. White picket fence, big house, big yard, red barn, sitting on a lake, and it's where I thought I was going to grow old. When I was under contract on the house, I was back east doing a real estate mentorship because that's what I did for a living at the time. And my phone rang. It was my wife and she goes, "Babe, me and the kids have been talking. Shaylee wants to pursue a career of singing. Cortland wants to act and model. Do you mind if we cancel this contract and move to Los Angeles?" I had 15 minutes to write up the addendum to kill the deal. 2 weeks later, we had packed up our U-Haul, we were moving to Los Angeles. Once we got to LA, my daughter found a great voice coach. My son is a working actor and model, so they found some success and they really found their home down there. But I never really felt at home. I never really fell in love with Los Angeles. So when my daughter turned 18 in 2018, we came to the resolution that we were going to pack up and move out and she was going to stay in the house. So sometime before that, my wife and I had taken a business trip to Oahu. We were over on an extended couple of days while we were vacating over on the East Shore. We were in a little bay. I was canoeing, she was looking on her iPad, and she found this property over on the Big Island. It was set up, it was called the Tiki Village. It was set up where there were 4 little separate houses that didn't have running water or kitchens. There was 1 bathroom and 1 kitchen that was shared amongst all of the other little houses. And so we decided to turn that into a glamping experience on Airbnb. So as I was kayaking over on the bay on East Oahu, I called my real estate agent on the Big Island. She put it under contract and we closed on that property. When my daughter turned 18, we decided that that was a property that we were going to move into. So we packed up our 6 suitcases, headed down to LAX, flew to Hawaii, had never seen the house before. We bought it sight unseen. I had found a car over on the Hilo side of this island, and at the time it was the holiday season, so rental cars were really expensive. So I bought this little beater car knowing that if it lasted me for 12 days, that I ended up in a better situation than if I had rented a car all of those days. So as we headed over to pick up this car, my wife also found a little pig that needed rescuing. And so we picked up the car, picked up the little pig, which would come to be named Scout, and headed back over to the Tiki Village. Had never seen the place before, rolled down the driveway, weeds taller than us, it was just getting dark. So we basically just went in the house, camped for the night, woke up in the morning to 6-foot tall weeds, headed down to this little Ace Hardware down the road, bought a trimmer, knocked down the weeds, and that's where our Hawaii adventure began. My wife decided that she wanted to offer some animal sanctuary, and so there was a dairy farm on the island that was shutting down. Her with some other people collaborated in an effort to rescue some of these cows. So now we had Scout, we had 4 cows that were on our land, we got a couple of goats and pigs, and my wife's farm sanctuary where she offers refuge to animals had then started. We only lived on an acre on the Tiki Village, and so it was way too small to house all of those animals. And when we started to feed the cows, I was used to $8 to $12 bells of hay on the mainland. They were $48 a bell, so we were spending $1,300 a month just to feed the cows. So we started looking for more land. In September of 2019, we found some land down on the south point of Hawaii. We moved on to 25 acres where we're on a constant effort to live entirely off-grid. Currently, we have catchment tank water. We have to truck it in times of drought or when we don't have enough of it. We're on solar power. The only things that we pay for are a cell phone and our satellite. Other than that, we're completely off-grid. We're on an effort to be entirely self-sustaining, where we'll grow our own food. We don't harvest any of our own animals. They're entirely a piece in sanctuary on our land. So I'm going to show you my life here in Hawaii as I build to be self-sustaining. I spearfish, I skydive, I do all of the things of why I fell in love with Hawaii before we decided to make this our forever home. And I'm happy and glad that you're gonna share the ride. Hey guys, now that I'm back at my bus/office, want to take a quick second, record a little addition to thank you so much for tuning in and watching my channel thus far. It means so much to me. I've never made videos like this before. I promise they're going to continue to improve. I'm going to do my best to push one of these videos out each and every week. If you'll help me out, go down below, click on the subscribe button, click on the little bell that will turn notifications on, and give me a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that this is a legitimate channel with good content and really helps a ton with my exposure. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm excited to share my high life with you and this high life adventure. I'm Josh Buck. We'll see you soon.